before all of that, early this week it was reported hen party entertainers are losing their appeal.
Well, why is this? Well, according to new party organisers, male strippers are being ditched for escape rooms and axe throwing, which is actually quite good fun. Have you ever done it?
I love an escape room. One man who insists stripping is far from over is our next guest, Britain's most experienced stripper, Mike Stratton. Now, he's been in the game for over 35 years, Ali.
I can't believe it. Well, we won't just take his word for it. Mike, show us what you got. Here we go. Yes, Mike! Come on, Mike! Oh, I like the acting, Mike. You look lovely. You want to do your button? Do you consent? Go on. OK, then.
You consent.
There you go. You consented.
No one's getting cancelled out, don't worry. Yes,
I'm
Mike.
not taking him off. No, he's not going that far. This is a daytime TV show. Mike, thank you so much. Let's go to the sofa.
Someone call
It's so lovely to have you here. Woo! In the business, 35 years, Mike. But there is one woman who definitely doesn't agree with what you do. It's our events planner, Liz Taylor. Welcome to the show as well.
Welcome, everyone.
Lovely to have you all. Mike, I can't believe you've been doing this for 35 years.
Neither can I.
How did it all start? How did it all begin?
I went to the job centre when I was 18, and in those days there was cards on the wall, and you took them to a lady who phoned the employer, and one said, kissogram company requires male and female kissograms. I thought, well, let's have a look at that. And I took it to the lady, and she called the guy up, and he said, yeah, send him down. And he looked like Les Patterson, you know, the Everidge's other half sort of thing. And he was like, he said, you're a bit young. I said, well, I'm confident.
How old was you? 18?
18.
Oh, you was only a baby.
It's been around Full Monty time, I suppose.
Yeah.
No, it was well before that.
Was it?
Full Monty was 1990.
It was 1986, that was, when you were 18.
This was, yeah.
I can't believe you look so good.
He gave me a show in a pub, and I was doing the show for this lady whose birthday it was, and he was in the crowd at the back, and he was laughing and clapping, and that was it. I was off.
I suppose, literally, it's what people want of an event, right? So, but have you found that it's dropping off at all in your business?
I found...
What, dropping off?
Liz, I thought you were keeping it classy.
It's changed. Now, back in the day, there was lots of groups that toured the country. These days, the groups tend to stay in the same place, like the Dream Boys, for instance. They're the most well-known.
Yeah.
They have a show in Liverpool, a show in Manchester, a show in London, and the girls go to them. Whereas before, the Dream Boys used to tour the country. That's the only difference. There's still lots of solo work. There's more strippergrams these days.
Yeah.
What new things include butler service, you know, the buff butlers with the bow tie and the thing. That's quite popular now. And you also get, if a girl's on a hen do and they go out on the Friday night, the Saturday daytime, they can have, like, a life drawing model. One of us will come in and be a life drawing model.
Do a bit of art. That's
So it's far more subtle now, is it?
Yeah.
It's a bit less...
Just hope the room's warm when you're doing it.
Yeah.
But it can be dangerous. One time, a client bit off more than she could chew, didn't she?
Yeah. This is in South Wales, and I was walking through the end of the show. We all do a walk around, get a bit of oil rubbed in your chest and stuff. Say hello. And I felt hands on my hips from behind. And I thought, oh, she wants to do a conga. No, she didn't want to do a conga. This girl gripped me and bit. It felt like somebody was stabbing me.
No.
Anyway, I ran off and I'm carried on and I've got back on stage. And I'm like, Mike, and I'm all blood running down the leg.
No, she drew blood.
Drew blood, yeah.
Maybe she was a vampire or something. Do you know what I mean? What? That is terrible.
I had to have a tetanus. I had to go to hospital and have a tetanus.
No.
Yeah, because I'm in, like, an atmosphere and all
She
that.
probably got nervous and got a bit too excited. I don't know. It's weird, isn't it? Do you remember when Tyson bit someone here?
Yeah.
It's a thing.
This was slightly different.
Before we speak to Liz, can you just tell us about the story? Because, like, there's a really awkward, weird story about you getting booked for a funeral.
OK. Yeah, agent called me and said, I've got a strange one for you, Mike. Bear with me. I said, OK, go on. And he said, this woman's died. Obviously, it's a funeral. And she said, in a will, she's asked for a... Do you know the Full Monty, the film?
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a bit when they're in a job centre. I'll stand up for this.
I remember that. You did
it.
it.
Stood there in the queue,
yeah.
wasn't it? Yeah. And the music's going. All right.
Yeah.
And it's hot stuff, yeah? That was the routine. And she wanted that...
With the pallbearer?
At a funeral. Not the pallbearers at the back. And she wanted it next to a coffin. Yeah, that's what I said. And there was 4 of us, and we're sat at the back of this church for 2 hours. First of all, the guy's paid me in front of the church with all these people going in.
And he's grieving his mum.
It's his mum he's burying. He's paying me the money for the gig, and I felt awful. I said, so everybody knows about this, don't they? And he went, oh, no, there's only a couple of us know.
Oh, my.
Oh, my goodness.
250 people in the church. And so we're stood at the back for 2 hours while people are crying and eulogising and getting more and more nervous, like I am now, like I was back there. And then, right, here's your cue. Pallbearers walked through. Music started. Same music I've just done. We had to stand at either side of the coffin. Vicar's giving me daggers. I don't think he knew what was going on. He's not approved it. He's like...
But you've been paid, so you've got to do it.
Yeah. Well, yeah, so I'm here. Sorry. Another guy here, coughing.
Yeah.
2 more guys, and I'm like,
I think that's dead.
250 people not knowing what's going on.
Oh, man.
The thing is, I'm like, obviously, I'm standing up again. I'm shamed, and I'm looking down at this because I'm thinking, I can't believe I'm doing this. And I just looked up like I'm looking at you now, and this kid, he was about 8, and he was stood where you are, and he's like, and it's obviously his nan we're burying.
Oh, no.
And honestly, we finished the routine, did that, didn't take anything off, obviously, and this music ended, and we walked off, and out of 250 people, 3 people.
Oh, God, that's awful.
Did you hang around for the applause? Or did you just go?
Well, normally after a show, you're like, oh, that was a great show, lads. See that bit when I did that? Oh, did you see that? That was really good. We're like that in the car.
Stunned.
Liz, let's bring you in. So has the world changed a bit?
I'm speechless. Yeah, the world has changed a little bit. I think that, for me, the individual stripograms are intimidating. It's not my bag, and it's not something that I actually would propose to a client that's having a hen. And the event industry is so different now. So, I mean, I went to see Magic Mike in Vegas, and it's cool and it's fun, but that, to me, is very intimidating. It's not sort of in your face.
Yeah.
And there are lots of things. We've just done one recently where a bride hired a house, and we made a bespoke Monopoly board for 14 of them to play. And we've got all the details from the girl, everything from sort of, you know, where she was born, where she went to school, everything. Oh. And we did a 6-foot square bespoke Monopoly board. And all the things that we had made were, you know, shoes, handbags, and they all engaged in it. And then you'd go on a square and it said, take a shot. So you incorporated all the fun stuff that they want to do, and it was interactive and immersive. And I suppose with my serious event management head on, those are the things that float my boat. You know, we did one where the girl took a private plane to Paris, and all the seats had the people's names on and everything. So you know, I'm high end.
You've got the money to do that.
Yeah, if you've got the money. But if you haven't got the money, there are lots of things that you can do that involve everybody. Rather than sit there...
How many £100?
Well, you shouldn't have told me that, because I could sell you for 500.
Liz, here's the thing. If someone came to you and they said, listen, I really do want a stripper, would you angle them to maybe burlesque or something completely different? What would you say? Would you say it's outdated?
Burlesque is totally different. Burlesque is a theme. It's the red, the black, and it's all the sexy outfits, and it's a completely different concept. And listen, I can give an opinion. They're paying me to give an opinion, and they're paying me for the experience. If they really wanted a stripogram, we use the butlers quite a bit, the butlers in the buff, but they're not in the nude and they don't strip. You just have a look at a few cute bottoms while you're having a drink of champagne.
I suppose that's changed a lot for you, though, isn't it? I doubt you strip that, like, full frontal that much anymore.
Well, I'm not sure.
But also, it must be hard.
I tend to prefer to go all the way.
Do you?
Because if you don't, you get booed.
Are you serious?
What, people would complain?
When I first started, we never used to do it. Dream Boys and the rest of it, when I worked for them, we never used to go all the way. It was quite acceptable. Bow at the end.
Yeah.
But then, once a full Monty came out, it was expected.
Really?
And even now today, if you don't, you tend to get booed. I did a gram 2 years ago, let's say, and I said to the girl, how far do you want me to go? She went, whatever you do, don't go all the way. She's dead shy, she won't like it. Her mum's going to be there, blah, blah, blah. So I never. At the end, thanks a lot, girls. Boo! They all started booing. But luckily...
It's quite hard for you, because you've got to gauge, like, when you're in that moment, you need to gauge, I suppose, how far you do go, what people are comfortable with.
I normally ask them, do you want to see it anymore?
Yeah.
I think the problem is when you get booed when you have done it. That's when you've really got a problem.
The room was cold. The room was cold.
Well, it's such an interesting conversation, isn't it? The fact that it's actually gone down, it's unbelievable. That I can't believe that. But I hope from today you're literally going to be booked every single day, as far as I'm concerned.
Well.
And so are you, Liz.
Let's get this rate up a little bit. Come on. Your Hammond endorse is going to be
Liz
fine.
and Mike, thank you so much.
Thank you, Mike. We want to hear from you. What do you think? A male stripper is a hen party staple or a thing of the past? But more importantly, we want to know this today, don't we?
Yeah, well, basically, we want to get your best hen do and stag stories. The wilder, the better, but kind of keep them daytime friendly, if that's